So just going to set up the links. Give me a sec. Right, afternoon everybody. I haven't got the latest Odin yet, because I don't. Let me just mute myself. Yeah. Is it frozen? Seems okay. Yeah. Can you see? Can you hear me? Can you hear me and see the screen? Yep. Okay, you can hear me. Right. Okay. Cool. Hopefully when Matt refreshes, it should be okay for him. Right. Now it works. Okay. Cool. What's the latest then? Let me have a quick butchers. Is there a latest? What is in the latest? It's one particular feature that will help me. That sounds good. Right. So I probably best update then. Is it in the group on Discord? If so, I shall go and get it. It's Discord. Fixes, which is good. Memory dump. Better space compression. Training spaces removed. New command send parameters allows you to set the main document to assemble. Cool. Right, let's download that. And let me just grab the. Oh. And copy the file. Dot. Paste into a dot file. Checked because we don't want it to mess up. Yep. And parallel spec it back up. Here we go. Dot. If I don't have graph on. Best to go back into browser and browse the right directory. And yep. Got it in 2G, that's the latest. Yeah, I know you can CD with Odin, but I couldn't remember what the folder was called. It's code buggers. Right, it's LS in it. Load main.ods and right, so I assume everyone is up to screen handler error in line 240. Spec font.jar. That is not in there, is it? Save and I copy it out of there. Right, I need to copy the files across. Give me a sec. Right, so I need to retokenize everything. Okie doke. Actually, I'll do that once I've moved the files across. Just a sec. So spec font. And I suppose let's copy the sprite files over as well. Copy. And oh no. My camera's going to go off because I'm going to need to reset the I've frozen, haven't I? Okay. Yep. Right. I'm just it was coding tutorial folder, not coding with buggers. That's why. Right, let me just eject that. I was in the wrong folder. Coding tutorials folder. There we go. Hopefully that's the latest. See. We'll get there in the end. Yeah, it's the latest because it's got a menu as well. Need to swap over to the main one. And edit, go to main, and then edit. Right. Screen handler. Yes, right. Yeah, what line was it in? 146. Oh yeah, I need to redo the text. Can you do the fast scroll through it, or do you have to scroll line by line? And save. Will I have to do that on all the files? Okay, so line by line. Right, okay. Bear with me while I just scroll through it. Yeah, that's working. Right. So, is everyone up to where we are now? Has everyone got it assembling as it is? Yep. Okay, cool. Everyone else? Anyone not got it assembling? Anyone need me to wait anymore, or are we ready to go? Right, no one needing to wait to go on? Then let's begin. Right, this is the main one. Let's go into the menu. Let's fledge this out a bit more, because we want to do more than just light cycles and press P to play. Right, top, and that is on the same line, so that should need to be on a different line. We'll put that down at the bottom for now. Save that. Make sure it's you know what I did, don't you? It's 23 times 8. Save. Right, now it should be down the bottom. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Carlos. Right, have you got the latest version of Odin, Carlos? Yeah, Stuart, that's fine. Just having it at 8, because that's one line down. I'll just put it down the bottom for now. What we want to do is maybe add some extra things in. Like, in fact, we will get rid of this start at line 5 for now. And then they'll have like main menu options, start game. Yeah, just downloaded. Okay, you will probably need to scroll through your sources if there's an error, Carlos. I've only loaded 3, which should be enough if you're up to date. Main.ods, menu.ods, and screenhandler.ods. Right, in Screen Handler, all you need to do is just scroll from top to bottom with the cursor. That's it. Just gives Odin a chance to retokenize each line. And again, do the same with menu. Just go from top to bottom, or bottom to top, whichever you're closest to. And then same again with main. Just go all the way down to the bottom. Just lurking today, okay. I think we missed an episode if there was one last week. Did we do one last week? I can't remember. Did we have an issue with it? Yeah, I think we had an issue, didn't we? Extensions to .odn. Yeah, I should do. I haven't done it yet, but I will do. Does it make any difference? That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I know, but we could, but yeah, I want to get into the code inside, and it's still working at the moment, so we'll continue with that. I don't want to be in menu. Right, that needs to not be 15, that needs to be 10, because that's only 10 characters in start game with space. 4 times. Does everyone know the reason why I'm doing the 128 minus brackets 4 times 12 and the 4 times 10? Does everyone know why? Does anyone not know why I'm doing them numbers? Just so you know why we're doing them. I know you'll know, Matt. Does anyone not know the reason we're doing these 128? 128 is the center of the screen. Well, it's just right to the center because you can't get exactly on the center. And then we do minus 4, which is half a character wide because it's 8 pixels for a character, times, and then however many characters are in the string. Right, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's why it's 12 and 10. And that way you get the text centralized. So there you go, Retro Robbins. Now you know. I don't even know what we're going to type here yet. 7, because then we have a gap between it. So start game, and we'll have this as yeah, it just makes it look neater. Start game options, and yes, I know before anyone says anything, I haven't put the right amount of characters in for the options line. I'm going to do it in a sec. And what should we have for the last one? Exit game. Game. Right. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, and that one's 9. Right. Now, thank you, Tony. Yeah, I thought I'd explain it because sometimes people see these big numbers and think, well, why are you putting that when you could actually position it? But it's a lot easier to do that than having to calculate it. Let the assembler calculate it for you. Right, now what we're going to do is we'll have a variable here. Okay, so then what we can do is hang on, did we have a keyboard routine of an input and misc, is it? Oh, .ods. And we've got debug and subtable. Okay, it's not that one. I don't think we did one, did we? Have we got a game? That's in main, isn't it? Well, I'll come back to that in a sec. Let's get this menu sorted first. Right. I don't know whether I should continue. Yeah, I'll continue doing it. Right. What we'll do is A with SOI. Got load E comma 128 minus 4 times 14, 16, minus 12, and then minus 16. 2 times 8. Right, I'll explain that bit in a sec. Then we need to add A comma A, and A comma A, A comma A, times it by 8, and then add A comma, and then 5 times 8, because we get the Y position, load D comma A. Right, and then call sprint, and db star, and then db pr preof. Right, and we need to copy that. What we want to do is we can do this here. Copy that line. copy, paste, and then change that LD to a DB, and then PRAT, comment, and then 5 times 8, comment, quote space. And now we want to duplicate that twice, so we've got 3 of them, and 7 and 9. DB PRAT, PREF. Right. Put C64 editor into a specky. Sacrilege. Why'd you do that, Matt? Right. So, take that quote off. That shouldn't be there. Right. So what we're doing is we're printing at 12 because that's the longest line, which is our cycles. Actually, it should be 10 because that. Because 10 is the longest length, which is start game, and then minus 2 times 8 because we want to take off another 2 characters, so we can put our little cursor in, and then so 2 lines, well 3 lines clear in the cursors if they're positioned like anywhere else, and then we want to print it. In fact, we'll print a greater than. Why add a comma 8? Because it's actually faster. Yeah, it's 40 states rather than 8, and 1 byte rather than 2. And if it was times 16, I'd use the swap nib because it's less bytes, I think. Just about. Right, so then we print our new cursor position. Then what we do here is load a comment and so we want up and down, so it's Q, which is for 5 is 1 to 5, Q, and then A and caps. N A comma 254 RA. Right, now the thing is, right, I'll show you what we're going to do, and it's going to be too fast. Right, jump C comma dot not Q. Can we have locals? Yet, Matt. Matt, we have locals. And no, you can't. Right, okay. So we won't have not Q. So we'll call it underscore menu not Q. I don't think we'll have another one of them. It will go in soon. Cool. Because I like local variables. Right. So when we press Q, we want to load a comment bracket cursor Y or a, which is another word for compare with naught. Another way of doing a compare with naught, but it's faster because it only uses 1 byte and 4 cycles rather than 2 bytes and 7. And then JRZ, I'm using a JR because hopefully it will fall through so you don't get the speed increase from the using jump instead of JR, because JR takes 7 cycles if it falls through and it takes 12 if it does the jump. If I'm wrong, someone correct me, but I think that's right. It is 7, isn't it? And not 5. Is it 5? It might be 5 actually. No, it'd be 7 because it's a JR. You're getting 2 bytes, so it'd be 7 cycles. Right. Anyway, menu not queue. Right. Then dec a and then load bracket cursor y a, and then here we have underscore menu underscore not queue. Right, and then we do the same thing now, but for A, sorry. So it's basically beta space is the first one, then enter to H to enter. Well, no, it's enter to H, isn't it, really? Because they go in from the left. P to Y, and then 0 to 6, and then 1 to 5, Q to T. Because we want A, it's A to G, and then the last one is caps to V. And then in A, comma, brackets 254, RRA, because we want the first bit, which is A, and then jump C, comma, menu, which is why we've got the not A, which is why we've got the jump on this first one, because it will do the jump more often than it won't. Not that JP is faster if the branch is taken, because the jump takes 10 cycles whether it takes the jump or not. So yeah, you get, if it's gonna fall through more, then use JR. If it's gonna, well, assuming you can, assuming it's close enough jump relative. But if it's going for if it's gonna do the jump more often, you tend to use the jump. Right. It's just like practice for speed until like you get to the point where your memory's totally full, which shouldn't really happen with the next. But when your memory gets full, when like back in the old days when you're making a game, then you used to have to go through taking out any unnecessary jumps and changing to JRs just to save bytes here and there. It was one of the first things that went, just to get you some extra memory. But when you've got a meg or two to play with, then it's not too bad. It's a lot easier. Yeah, you don't need to worry about whether, when you're making your game, whether it's going to be fast enough, because it's only in the menu anyway, so it should really all be JRs. In fact, let's do that. We'll change them to JRs since we're just in the menus. We're saving bytes. Yeah, I'll change that to a JP because this is going to get bigger, and then the JR will run out of space. It'll be too far a jump. Right, then we do load a comma brackets SOI, compare to JRZ, comma, menu, the fraction type, menu, not A, and then ink A, and then load bracket. Okay, so here's the Y, comma A. Right. Menu, not A. Right, now, what we should really do is a frame delay, but let's just save this and assemble. No, why is it doing misc? Assemble main .ods and your ODS line 14. These spin caps. Yep. And now, oh yeah, let's not deleting the old one. Right. There you go. Right. Swap there because we're doing 4. Because we want to times it by 16. Right. Times 8. That's why. Okay. Right. Save that. And then that should now just got swap up here. Right. So as you can see, it's going way too fast because we've not got a delay loop. So there's no way you'll be able to stop it on options. Right. And so we could do a new call it input .ods. I'm calling it ODS because they're all ODS at the moment. Actually, you know what? Let's exit out of. Okay, fair enough. In the let's copy that and then up and then bot.ods end of file. Right, save that and right now edit, go exit, go to the browser, and we're going to make Matt happy. And it is R to rename. So just change it to ODN. And then just basically go through all of them. ODN. And ODN. Right, them two, probably get rid of them because they're not part of this. Rename ODN. Rename ODN. Rename ODN. Right. Right. So now that we've got them done, oh, didn't mean to exit. There we go. Right, that ODN, Odin, load main.odn, load menu.odn, load input.odn. Right, has everyone renamed the ODN files? Because this is where it's going to get funky. Right, so edit, and then if you go to our main, we need to change all these to Odin. Right, save that. Thanks everyone following and caught up. Now we should be able to just assemble that, and it's worked. Right, everyone, anyone not up to date with the ODN files? Everyone got it all assembling and working? Hello? Anybody out there? You all up to date? Before I go on. Okay, no worries, Matt. I'll save these out and share them. Right, all changed. Good, Stuart. Anyone still waiting on anyone? Or are we ready to go? Right, as no one said they're still doing it, I shall assume we're all ready to go. And we need to go to input. Right. wait for key, do call wait. Let me just make sure it's in the right place by using the tab, which is true video, which is in the same place as the tab key, which is great. So thanks, nicely positioned with which key used for that one, Matt. Right, call wait no key. Actually, yeah. Wait, call wait key and wait no key. Or do we do it? Let me do it this way, because then we can. We'll do it. Call wait no key. And in fact, that can just fall into wait key. Right, load XOR A, because we're just waiting for any key. Which is basically all of the keys at all of the time. Well, all the keys will be read with this one in A, bracket 254. So, let's say you just wanted to test the outside keys, you would do load A, actually, yeah, if you wanted to test all the outside keys, you do XOR A, then A, RRA, and then JR, NC, pressed. And that would, or JRC, which is not pressed, wait key. Right. And 31. I'm going to CPL, because the basically when you get the keys in, the bits are inverted. So if they're not pressed, they will be 1. If they are pressed, they will be 0. So what we do is we CPL, which complements every pixel, well, every byte, every bit in the byte will be inverted. Either if it's a 1, it'll be 0. If it's a 0, it'll be 1. And then we AND with 31, because we don't want to get any of the other bits on the top end from the mic and speaker inputs, which is bit 5 and 6, if I remember rightly. So CPL and 31, JRZ, and a wait key. So that will wait until one of the bits is set in any of the keys. And then wait no key. We will do the same thing. We will sort A, because we want to test all the key rows in one go. A, brackets 254, CPL and 31, JR, NZ, wait no key, and then res. Right. Right. So we've got a wait for key, and then we've also got wait for no key. So in our menu, all we need to do now is we can just do call wait no key, there, and then copy that and put it there. And if we save that and then assemble, and 43 menu. Right. Unknown symbol. Okay. That's definitely waiting okay. Right. Waiting okay. Ah, I know why. Have I got include input .odn in our main. Save that, and should be able to assemble them. See? And the reason it's flickering is because we are Cloud. Right. By the way, if you don't know, you have to press P to go into the game, and then press space to exit from the game. For that. Right. Right. If we do a ret nz there. Oh, actually, if we do a ret z, no, ret nz on main, and then we'll make main an actual function. So we're gonna main menu, and then this will return keys or not. Right. So non-zero means it'll quit. Right. And if you change this instead of P, we're going to play. We're going to change it to space. Which is the first bit of the first bit of the first row. Right. Now, what we want to do is so y compare to, and then z actually. Right, so now that will let's say those exit game start options. We should now get our start working, but we need to do the options. So what we need to do is cp1 jrz comma new options, new options. Right, And then we need to basically need to block copy that. Right. Yeah, let's just copy that file, that CLS. And then call print. And then copy that to there. And then this needs to now be called options. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is 7. The space that when we put the next options in. And right, start at 5. It's 5 times 8. On. I know we've not got any music on or off, but music on. And then what else can we have for an option? SFX on. They're all off at the moment anyway, so as we don't have any. And then our last one will be back. Music, that's a new one. Right, so this will be 7 and this will be 9 times 8. Right, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to add an extra space there as well, because when we print the on and the off, it's going to be OFF. So when it's on, we want to have the space to clear it, so we don't have to clear it ourselves. Although we've got this CLS here actually. See, we don't need any of them. See, we can put the O in because we're going to print the F or the N in the main loop, main options loop. B R E O F. This is 2 and that is 3. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 8. And 6. Right, and then we do menu, opt. Really need that copy block, Matt. Right. Copy and paste. Copy do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That's 5, 7, and 9. Right. And then let's do that one again. Right. So we then do the opt Y because we want to remember which it's going to come back to and set it to that one to come back to, I suppose. Yeah, we'll just use KSOY again. So when it goes into options, we want to do XOR A, load, bracket, KSOY, comma A, and this will that'll set it to the music on off. Right, and KSOY. Swap and A, 5 times 8. Actually, didn't we set up the E? Load D, A, and then yep, I did copy it, and then call SPR. Actually, yeah, sprint and DB quote and greater than DB BR. Right. So that will then print our cursor, and then all we need to do is do the up and down again. Also, we need to do a don't need to do that. We need to use the right shift and opt music. I'll call it Moz. Keep it in and opt SFX. Right. And actually, I will put it up here. Moz on off. DB. We want FF. Comment north. Comment north. The reason I'm doing 2 is because it's 3. I'm going to do multiply by 4 rather than multiply by 3. Mind you, now I'll do multiply by 3. N space comma 0. In fact, we can just do off on. There we go. load copy that. So we need a load e comma 128 minus 4 times 10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10. Load d comma 5 times 8. Load hl comma off on. It was called off on, wasn't it? Yeah. Load a brackets and was Optimus. Actually, let me just use that here for a simple reason. I want to do load L comma A, because we're going to do multiply by 3. A comma A and A comma L. Right, so what this does is a quick multiply by 3. Any as long as the output is still within 256 or 0 to 255, then it does work. So what you do is you copy it to L or another register, add it to itself, which is times 2, and add it again, which is times 3. And then you do add HL in A, and then call print. Right, and then we need to do that again 3 times, basically. No, 2 times. One for the sound effects. 8. It's 8, isn't it? So SFX. Right, load d comma 7 times 8. Load d comma brackets SFX. Load L comma A. Add A comma A. Add A comma L. Load HL comma off on. Add HL comma A. Call print. And then get rid of that because we no longer need that for reference. Yeah, no worries, Matt. We'll get there. We'll get it when we get it. It is still early days with the with Odin. And again, I can't thank him enough for letting us use it in its early state, even if we have a black copy. Sorry, just had to say that one. Right, so that is our bit starter for the main menu up loop. Now we need to do this bit again, which is our reading the keys for Q&A. Right, so you grab that, saves me typing it again. Right, in A comma bracket 254 A JR C comma and menu not Q. Load a comma bracket. Okay, so Y or A JR NZ comma menu opt not Q, and then deck A load bracket. Okay, so Y comma A, and then menu opt not Q. Load A 2, 3, 4 for the top, for the right side, and then 1 Q A. Our last line. In A comma bracket 254. RA, because then you want the first bit shifting out, which is the A key. JRC comma menu opt not A. Load A comma bracket. Okay, so Y ink A no, not ink A. Compare to JR Z, not NZ. Menu okay. Ink A load SY A, and then menu opt not A. Right, let's just have a look up here and see what I've got. This wait no key, we could actually get rid of that. Get rid of that. To avoid the flicker, we just have call wait key. Actually, yeah, we'll have call back. Instead of putting it on there as well, we'll put it up here. So we can call wait no key, and that'll draw the main menu, wait for no key to be pressed, and then as soon as you press the key, we check the keys again and see which bit has been pressed. Right, now if we do the same on here, just in the main menu options, and call wait no key, and call wait key, and then we just check for space now. Call load A comma 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 in A comma it's 254 RA C comma menu new opt loop menu opt loop And then otherwise, we do so y paired to and here we'll have XOR A load. Okay, so y A. Actually, no, we won't. We will get rid of that because it's set up initially there, and then when we go into start game, it will still be on 0. When we go to exit game, it doesn't matter because it's exiting the game, and when we go to options, we will set it back before we come back in, but we need to set it to 1. So let's do or A, basically compare 0, and JR NZ, comma, menu options of 1. Then we want to do load A, comma, brackets was we call it was on Optimus. Optimus XOR 1 load bracket Optimus A jump menu op loop and menu opt 1 not one. Actually, we could do deck A, which will make it just faster than compare 1. So we've already done an array. Deck A if it's JR NZ, comma, menu opt not 2. And here will be menu opt not 2. And then deck A jump NZ, comma, new opt loop. And so this is quit, so we want to do load A, comma, 1 load bracket. Okay, so y, comma, A, because we wanted to show that we've been to the options, well, have it on back on options when we come back from the options screen. And then jump to basically main menu. Main menu. Right, and then here we want load A, comma, brackets SFX XOR 1 load bracket up SFX A and jump to menu op loop. Right. So everyone followed? Yeah, probably should be data driven really. But for now, leave it like that. Because, or maybe we could. I tell you what, we'll leave it like that for now because there are only small options and things. But we'll do a when we swap over to the next game, we'll increase it so we got make it data driven. You don't quite follow the array, right? Okay. It is like doing it's like doing compare zero in a sense for our purpose in this particular part of JR and Z. And what it does is we've got A will have a value. It'll be 0, 1 and 2. So it's 0, 0 or 0, 1 or 1, 0. Because we've only got two options, 0, 1 and 2 for the options, well, for the cursor positions. Right, so if you're all in the same values, if you're all in the same value to itself, you get 0, 0, and then 0, 1, actually equals, or these bits, and you get the same values. So what happens is not only does A become 0, well, A doesn't change really because it's just ordering the same bits that are set. But what it does do is it sets the Z flag with so if Z equals if A equals 0, then set the Z flag. If A not equals 0, then clear Z flag. Right. So that's why it's an if A equals 0, because you've already got the value in A, or in the same bits in. Did I delete a line then? So yeah, we've got the array JRNZ. So if it's not 0, it'll come to here. So if A is, it'll decrease A. So if A was 1, it will then be 0. So if it's not 0, then it's not option 2 either. And if you decrease A again, if it was 2, it would have decreased to 1 here, and then decreased another one to 0. And if it's not 0, then it's, well, it will never jump to this because it will never be anything else, because if it's 0, then it goes through this loop. If it's 1, it goes through this bit of code, and if it's 2, it will go through this bit of code. So we don't actually need that and that there, but we just put it in just for in case we want to extend it to be more, to add another one here, like if there was more options. Has that cleared it up a bit? Yeah, you got it. Okay, cool. Right. Again, this is the reason why I prefer to do the videos live rather than pre-recorded, because otherwise, if I just carried on, you wouldn't have known what the or the reason behind the or. You just say, oh, that's what it is, and have done with it. but now you know. So, right, we should be able to assemble it and run. I hope. There we go. Can't go down any further. Can't go up any further. Exit game. Let's exit the game. Assemble and run. Options. Goes to options. Oh, I need to move the on and off. On and off. Just need to move that one back a bit. And back. Oh. There we have it. Let's just get the thingy back. So we're printing the, you'll see this one. Right. One more thing that we need to do is actually I'll do it at the beginning of the, I'll do it here, so I'll do it X A out. Does anyone know what that does? Well, does anyone not know what that does? Anyone not know what it does? Anyone? So everyone knows what it does. Yeah. It is about time I did that, Matt. You're right. Very right. Yes, Stuart, it is, of course, the border color. Hey. Now, anyone notice an issue? So what we need to do now is go into our main game, our main file. Just before those game loop, call wait no key, and that will wait till you're not pressing a key, and that will mean that when we run it, when you press start game, it'll wait for you to not press a key, and we should probably put a 3, 2, 1. Since we got like half an hour before 5 o'clock, or 35 minutes before 5 o'clock, what we'll do is we'll put in a little 3, 2, 1. Okay. Do here. If we I'll copy that because I know we're not drawing any copy the both characters, both characters, and then that will draw them on the screen initially. Draw, wait, no key. What was our wait? Okay. Wait for key, wasn't it? See, what we can do is call wait key, double into, we need to get rid of that, and wait no key. Right, so if we do wait for key there, and you know we don't need that, we just need to do the 3, 2, 1, don't we? We'll leave that like that anyway. Wait no key. Actually, we don't need the wait no key because we're going to do a I'll sprint db 15 times 8, comma 11 times 8, comma 3, and we want delay delay del loop. Del loop. In fact, we'll put it as 60,000. And then call sprint db 15 times 8, comma 11 times 8, comma 2, here, but HL 60,000, call done loop, call sprint, TV, 150 times 8, comma, 11 times 8, comma, 1, TV, left, load, HL, comma, 60,000, call down loop, and then call sprint, PB, PR at, comma, 15 times 8, comma, 11 times 8, comma, space to get rid of it, and then PREOF, and hopefully that delay should be long enough, because we haven't really got interrupts to do times, and we haven't got the interrupts enabled even, I don't think, so we can't even do a halt. So not long enough. Doing bot 9000. Nice. Yeah, bits 0 to 2 control the of port 254, control the bits for the border color. Matt Langley, if you don't know the port, basically, you know, if you do, let me just quit out of this and then out, bracket 254, 1 should give us blue border, and out, bracket 254, 2, do the red border. Gives us a purple, out, 254, 4, green, and so on. Although you can't do 8, well, it will give us a black border, but if we do 254, 9, it won't give us a different blue. We don't have like bright and unbright in the border, it's just 0 to 7 really, because the bits 3 and 4 of the output are the headphones and speakers. Well, headphones and mic. Well, the mic is bit 3, which is 8, and 16 is the speakers, which is bit 4. So if we do, although you won't hear it because it's any, but you have to do it like repeatedly. So we did 10 out. 254, 0, 10. No, still can't hear it. It's not fast enough. Still not fast enough. Oh well. But in machine code, that's how you make the beep. Dot Odin. Main.odn. Menu.odn. Main.odn. and run. Right, so we need a bigger delay. So for now, I'm just going to cheat for now. We'll look into this next week, as this will be part of next week's lesson. That we go into this next bit. That's wrong file. I need to into main. Let's have a look at yeah. Right. B delay and delay. Insert B delay. Right. Right. Yes, that's only going to do 10,000. But that doesn't matter. We just need to increase the B. So our main. All we need to do now is load B, 60. Yes, I will change the calls. Don't worry if anyone's thinking you haven't changed the calls. Delay. Right. Copy. Paste. Delay. So, postcard. Postcard. Oops. Right, that should be done. And there we go. And then you get your 3, 2, 1 each time you play. Right, so we should also not make the game exit on space, because we have an exit in the main loop now. So we don't need that. Don't need new game. We need game exit. Game exit says it's jump tile. Right, so we don't need that Right, when you've lost the light. Light through, and then just title. Set in the game. Helps you things are in the right place. Save that. And assemble. I can't kill myself by pressing space. The chances of coming back on myself then. Right. Thought I was in a bit of a chance then. But yeah, it's gone back to the menu. So you just kill yourself 3 times. And there you go, back to the game. We've got our options. And exit. And there we have it. Yeah, no worry, Eric. Enjoy your lunch. I think we'll, now that we're in a working position and still got about 20 minutes left before 5, I think we'll call it an early one here because we've got our game working with menus working. What I will do is I will copy the files and put them on the tutorial chat in Discord, and I'll also put a link on Facebook group. So if anyone hasn't got the latest files, they can get them there. No worries, Matt. See you later, Matt. And we have an assembler that's working, and it remembers which one the main file is too, which is great. Thank you, Matt. Version G for good, indeed. No worries. Thanks for that, Eric. Glad you're enjoying them. Again, as always, I hope these tutorials are helping people to get to see how things work and how to do things, including some of the instructions that you're not clear on. If anyone else has got any instructions that they're not clear on, just give me a shout and a message on here or Facebook or whatever, and I shall explain what the instruction does and possibly give a couple of explanations on how they work and a use for them. Hopeful. Next version should be BC, shouldn't it? Block copy. No worries, Carlos. See you soon. Yeah, another great week. Thank you. Sorry for the late start as well, but yeah, I managed to misplace the camera, so that would have been hilarious. I mean, I could have continued, I suppose, even if I didn't find the camera, but you won't get to see my horrible face down here in the bottom corner of the screen. But there we go. There's another week done for you, and next week we'll start adding more bits because basically this game is more or less done. We might want to add other bits, but I think for that part of the game it's pretty much done. You know, the game plays a whole game. It plays you get a couple of lives, and I mean you know how to speed it up and slow it down with that load HL and delay in misc.odn. It is a gnome, yeah. Gnomely me. So yeah, next week what we'll do is look at in fact we might make a copy of this folder since it's now like a complete game, and then we will we will take it to layer 2 starting next week. So basically go through all the other stuff like the plot and the draw and the print and stuff, and then we'll rewrite the instructions to go with layer 2. That's assuming Odin will let us do it layer 2. Well, are you still there, Matt? Will Odin let us change to layer 2? Will we have to change back before it quits? Or will it put it back to layer 1 and edit the tile map? And bye colour clash indeed. And we can put different colours for the trails for each character, and then that way when they die we can get rid of their trail as well, which would be pretty cool. Okay, it will. Cool. That's great. And then what we'll do is we'll start plotting to the screen on layer 2. And then once we've got our game converted over to layer 2, we will then start another one with sprites and stuff and putting blocks on the screen. Now, with that, installing all the layer 2 goodness with colours. Hello. Who was that? Is that cat or dog? What? Dog. Dog just knocked on the door. Right. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. Next week we'll move over to layer 2, start playing around with layer 2. Yeah, okie dokie. No worries, Ped. Will do. We won't be we won't use layer 2 through that way through 0. For the reason being, I want to show people using the bank switching. And then that way, yeah, no, it's to restore page 0. Which is why if we use banks, we can put it up at C1000 or whatever. Or we could even put it at 4000. Again, we've got full control of the machine, so it doesn't matter. Your interrupts are going, aren't they? Or do you have the interrupt not on? They register contains a debugger page. Right, okay. Cool. So that's 2. Everyone loves a dog indeed. No interrupts at start. Right, okay. Yeah. Well, we'll go through setting up interrupts then for next week and looking at getting the game into layer 2. Or in fact, as we don't need interrupts going, we can just go straight to converting it to layer 2, and then we'll get our interrupts going. Actually, you don't. Good. Odin will restore it. Cool. Happy days. So we just need to make sure that the bank 0 doesn't get messed up. And especially because the stack is there. Right up at 3C. That's a bit, actually. It means we haven't got much stack space. I just noticed that now, looking at it. So yeah, what we will have to do is make our own stack and set our own stack pointer. Obviously restore everything when we come back. Yeah, will do. I'll do some tests through this week. Alrighty. Well, again, thanks for watching, and I hope you've all enjoyed the show, and see you all guys next week. I'll see all you guys next week, even. Yeah, no, I didn't set up the stack for me, but as you can see there in the demo, it's 3C, which doesn't leave much. Not that we use much, but yeah. Yeah, you don't have to worry small programs. Not really going to use that much, I suppose. I don't know whether you've got anything in the other RST instruction spaces, 0, 8, and 16, or is it just 0? Have you mapped the file handling to 8? So we can load extra stuff. Gonna need to be able to assemble into banks as well, if we're going to start adding graphics soon. Not yet. Yep, I know. Okie dokie. Yeah, we'll have to see why it stacks up at 3C or down at 3C. Yeah, it'd be nice if we can get RST8 to run ESX stuff. Cool. Next mode will be coming. Yep, no worries. Anyway, I shall let you all get on and catch you all soon. Have a good one and see you next week. Look forward to it, Matt. Yeah, I know it is. Which I've got an idea for it anyway, so we might be able to bank the ROMs back in, because you're in a bank, aren't you? So if we bank the ROMs back in, I can probably just call it RST8. So like I say, I'll have a play over this next week and see what I can come up with. See you, Stuart. See you next week. Good plan. Might come in handy. But the only problem with that is we won't have it in any games we release. That's the only problem with that, Matt. LMK. Okay. Copy the API. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Good point. Yes, that would work. Yeah. We shall carry on, and I'll let you get off and go do your stuff now, and I'll go have some food, and then maybe have a think about starting this layer so stuff, and see where I get with with what it can do and what it can't. Right, I shall catch you all next week. I'm ending the stream now. Bye all. Have fun. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.